So in the news, folks, Nicki Minaj demands blogger pay up for dissing her kid and ignoring lawsuit, and also dissing her and her husband. But a lot of people are saying the lawsuit was not enough money because it's not sending a hard enough message. But I think what Nicki Minaj was doing is showing compassion. She wanted to punish the blogger, yes, but she knows the blogger does not have that type of money. So she came in low with her figure. So the blogger can be able to pay it. Not like Cardi B and Tasha K. Tasha K. I don't know how she's going to come up with all those millions. So a lot of people were saying, no, the figure was too low. But I thought about it and I said, okay, she's using compassion. She wants to send this woman a strong message, but she does not want to break her. The message here is words have consequences. You can't just go around defaming a person's character or name without consequence. I want you guys to listen to a video that Nosy Hoax put out, and it's it's harsh.
Your baby's gonna be a rapist too. The whole bloodline is disgusting, including your baby. And you need to be trying to get some of that rapist nature out of your baby right now before he grows up to harm somebody's daughter or son. The baby is being raised in rape molestation culture. The baby's gonna be dangerous. The baby needs to be in therapy right now. Nicki Minaj's baby needs to be in therapy right now to correct that shit. It's in his DNA and it's in his surroundings. That baby needs to either get help or that baby is going to be a danger to society. You need to take your baby, get your rapist baby, and put him in therapy before he learns how to grip a knife like his.
Okay, guys, what is the one person that we protect the most, especially as women? We protect our children, and especially a baby. So when she came after the baby, I think that was it for Nicki Minaj. Because it's one thing going after Nicki Minaj, calling her husband a rapist and calling Nicki a cokehead, but it's another thing when you go after the baby and say the baby's going to be just like the dad. So Nosy Hoax was very fortunate that Nicki only sued her for $75,000. So really these cases are setting precedents that YouTubers cannot say any and everything. And I think YouTubers were getting away with a lot in the past, but now they've got to put themselves in check because celebrities are clapping back. Now, the real name of this celebrity is Marley Green, and she goes by the name of Nosy Hoax. Now, this case was filed back in 2022, but because Nosy Hoax was ignoring the lawsuit, Nicki and her attorney went to court. Nosy Hoax did not show up. So as a result, Nicki and her attorney are requesting a default judgment against this blogger who goes by the name of Nosy Hoax. So now I'm going to read the definition as it is outlined on Google of a default judgment. So a default judgment is a ruling granted by a judge or court in favor of a plaintiff in the event that the defendant in the legal case fails to respond to the court summons or does not appear in court. So the judgment came in where Nosy Hoax is going to have to pay up to Nicki Minaj this $75,000 for no show in court to answer the charges of defamation against Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj won because Nosy Hoax did not show up. According to court documents obtained by All Hip Hop, which is a news blog on the internet, Nicki's lawyer, Judge Bernstein, asked the clerk of the court to issue a certificate of default on Thursday, February the 23rd. Bernstein said, Nosy Hoax, whose real name is Marlene Green, failed to respond to the lawsuit. Nicki's attorney wrote that the defendants have not answered or otherwise moved with respect to the complaint, and the time for them to do so have expired. So, folks, she was just a no-show. So back in September of 2022, Nicki Minaj sued blogger Green, aka Nosy Hoax, So then Nicki's lawyer, Bernstein, served Green, aka Nosy Host, by emailing a copy of the summons and complaint to her lawyer back in October of 2022, at which time Nicki Minaj's lawyer proposed extending the deadline so that Green can respond in December of 2022. The court approved the request, setting a new deadline of January the 16th, 2023. But Nicki's lawyer, Bernstein, never heard back from Green. So Nicki's attorney alleged that Green, aka Nosy Hoax, posted a video on her Twitter page in which she maliciously stated that Nicki Minaj is a cokehead who is shooting all that coke up her nose. Nicki's attorney also alleged that Green, aka Nosy Hoax, lacked decency and have also posted vile comments about Nicki and her 1-year-old son. That's the thing, folks. You don't cross the line with children. I mean, you can have beef with an adult. You can go after them. You can smear them and drag them in the mud. But children are off limits. I thought everybody knew that. He further said, while these comments are not actionable, they nonetheless demonstrates why punitive damages should be awarded in this case. And he insisted that his client never used cocaine. That's what I mean, folks. Unless Nosy Hoax can get in the court and say, listen, this is a picture of Nicki snorting. That's proof. The judge would have admitted it and she would have won her case. But I guess she didn't have the proof. She had no pictures proving it, so she didn't even bother to go into court. But now she owes Nicki Minaj $75,000. Well, I hope it's a lesson for all of us YouTubers. Don't mess with these celebrities. They got the money, okay, to pay the lawyers. Nicki Minaj have 130 plus million, all right? So she got the long coins to stay the course. So guys, let's listen to that video again. Drop your comments. Let me know if you think Nicki Minaj should have sued and if she should have sued for more.
Your baby's gonna be a rapist too. The whole bloodline is disgusting, including your baby. You need to be trying to get some of that rapist nature out of your baby right now before he grows up to harm somebody's daughter or son. The baby is being raised in rape molestation culture. The baby's gonna be dangerous. The baby needs to be in therapy right now. Nicki Minaj's baby needs to be in therapy right now to correct that shit. It's in his DNA and it's in his surroundings. That baby needs to either get help or that baby is going to be a danger to society. You need to take your baby, get your rapist baby, and put him in therapy before he learns how to grip a knife like his.
So Nosy Hoax, aka Marley Green, claims that the lawsuit is in retaliation for her supporting Jennifer Hawkes, who back in 1994 alleged that Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, had raped her by knife point. Now, he pleaded guilty at the time and served over 4 years in prison. So now, according to TMZ, Nicki is threatening to sue more bloggers. Claudia Jordan have a podcast, and she had a few guests on her panel, and this is what they had to say concerning the situation.
Oh, y'all, speaking of messy, Nicki Minaj is suing gossip blogger Marley Green, who goes by the name Nosy Ho, for defamation and is seeking $75,000 in damages because Green alleged that Nicki has a drug problem. Green claims Nicki was shoving all this cocaine up her nose. That's her words. Green said, we all know it's true. Listen, I can't even say allegedly with that because we know it's true.
Okay, you guys heard Claudia Jordan. She said it's true. So I guess she must have her proof.
I can't even say allegedly with that because we know it's true. I'm not saying allegedly on that. She also said Green said Nicki Minaj is a cokehead. Her husband is a rapist. We all saw that. I covered that for weeks. All right, y'all. This has been all over the internet, and I got people sending me stuff on this as well. What are your thoughts on Nicki's lawsuit? Al, let's start with you. You think
Well, you know what? The internet is saying that she was up 48 hours tweeting, and they feel like that maybe there was some type of drug use involved in that. But let me tell you something. The interesting thing for me to see is how these rappers, these female rappers, aren't taking it from these bloggers anymore, and they are suing them like Cardi B and Tasha K. Now, Nicki did say on her podcast, and this is the hot tea, on her podcast Saturday, that she is going to be suing 3 bloggers, and we saw that this one just braked, but she also mentioned Hollywood Unlocked and what's this, Armand Wiggins, according to the internet. I think there's going to be a change in how these celebrities continue to take this crap that these bloggers are putting out on them, and I think, Cardi B was the one that led this force.
Nicki Minaj reportedly wins lawsuit against this woman because she did not appear in court. She won by default. So on Thursday, February the 23rd, according to court documents, Nicki Minaj's lawyer, Bernstein, asked the clerk of the court to issue a certificate of default because Nosy Hoax, whose real name is Marley Green, failed to respond to the lawsuit. So Nicki's attorney, Judd, told the court that Nosy Hoax did not answer the complaint, or did she move with respect to the complaint. And the time for them to wait for her to answer to the complaint has expired. So I think it's a wrap, folks. She's going to have to pay that $75,000 because she did not show up in court. And now Nicki's attorney has asked the clerk of the court to issue a certificate of default. Now, this was 2 days ago. No doubt she's going to have to pay that money because she was a no-show in court. Certificate of default is going to be issued, and she's going to be owing Nicki Minaj $75,000. So this is what is posted on the internet about Nosy Hoax, a.k.a. Marley Green, who is a black woman, a lesbian, a rape survivor, and an outspoken activist for other rape survivors. Marley was targeted after Jennifer Hoff appeared on Marley's YouTube channel, alleging that she was raped by Nicki Minaj's husband. And so what is the takeaway? Marley feels as though she was targeted, and it was personal and malicious. YouTubers, drop your comments. Let me know if this is how you feel, that she was targeted, or did she get what's coming to her for calling Nicki Minaj a cokehead, going after her husband and her baby. So now she's being ordered to pay this $75,000 for not showing up in court to answer the charges. So YouTubers, drop your comments. Hit all the appropriate buttons, the like, the share, the subscribe, the notification bell, the super thanks. I'm over and out. Thank you for watching.